गणपतये नमः। सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः। अष्टविनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया। ओम गं गणपतये नमः। सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः। अष्टविनायक नमो नमः। गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
Hari Om. Sadly, today is the last day of this yajna, but I think we have enjoyed listening to Swamiji, and it will leave us wanting a lot more. Today's sponsors are Vijaya and Ram Sadhana. Can you please come and light the lamp, please? Kanchan. Light the lamps. Jayashree. Meera and Ravi Arora are not here, so I'll request Swamiji to light the lamp. Yeah. Yes, and from Vijay Devan, yes, definitely from yesterday.
Nina and Vijay Devan. Come on, you can take. Hari Om. Yes. Those who sign.
If anybody needs Guru Dakshina envelopes, right here. Thank you.
Sahana Vavadu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. We saw in the 22nd verse here. Repeat after me. Brahmana Sarva Bhutani Pradibhanti Stitani Cha Tasminneva Layam Yanti Sarva Vedanta Nischayah. A simple scientific reasoning that effect merges back only into the cause. As Gurudev would say, effect is nothing but cause in a different form. A mud becoming a pot does not change the mudness. The gold becoming a chain does not lose its goldness. Shape and the form and the name that you give may be pot, but what is essentially top of the pot is mud, middle of the pot is mud, bottom of the pot is mud. Every part of the pot is madeva satyam. So mud alone is the truth. It appears to be the part. So effect is nothing but cause in a different form. Being so, what is the cause of this world? We have been seeing in Vedanta what it says, Upadana tata nimitti karanam brahma eva. The material cause as well as the efficient cause of the universe cannot but be one only. Even logically, when we understand that if the material cause of the world is something else than the efficient cause, you have to tell us what is the origin of the material cause. Material, it was already there, if you say, then who created that? Who created the material cause of the world? And God has used the material cause which is already there. If you say so, then somebody else gave him the material. So who's that? He must be Bada God. better God than this one, because he could not even create a matter. In the Semitic religion, there is a concept of evil also, different from God. Problem is then God is not absolute. There is a challenger, somebody, enemy is there for him also. That means what? He is also limited. Because if you say evil was there, challenging God, then we have to ask, who created the evil then? Who created the evil? You cannot say God created evil also. So, upadana tata nimittakaram ekam eva Ishwaraha or Brahman here. Therefore, Brahman being the karanam, moolam, bijam, adhanam, adhishtanam of the universe. Therefore, where does the world come from? That's why it said, Brahmanaha sarvabhutani pradibhanti. All beings have come out of that Brahman alone. Then stitani, they stay in him alone. Just like if Gurudev used to say, from the ocean alone, the waves have appeared. In the ocean alone, they stay. Into the ocean alone, the waves will disappear. So even as the wooden table is here, it came out of the wood, but it stays as the wood only. When I break into pieces, the table is back to wood. Tasminneva layam yanti. To him alone, it goes back. So, Brahmanaha anyat na kinchit asti. Other than the Brahman, there is nothing else. From then, that alone, as everything comes, stay, and disappear. This is Sarva Vedanta Nischaya. This is the logical and correct conclusion of Vedanta. Interesting thing is, without this possibility or without this proposition, there cannot be moksha at all. If you say matter is existing other than Brahman or other than me, there is a physical matter is real, then I can never be free. Because wherever I go, I'll be caught by the matter. Is it not true? I'm always conditioned by the matter. And within there is a question of moksha then. Moksha is possible only when there is nothing else but one. If there is another one, later on we will talk about dvitiyat bhayam bhavati. The second one is subject to cause fear. Anything other than one is present, it is causing limitation. So here, what is said to be the Brahman, which is the very cause of the creation, sustenance, and dissolution, where is he? Cannot say outside, within also. What is outside is referred as Brahman, is same thing is referred as Atman. Therefore, Atmarupena tad Brahma Sarvabhuta Hriti Sthitam Mu Gudha Bhavosya Shastrasya Jnatavyascha Mumukshubhihi. Atmarupena, in the form of one's own self, Brahma, Tad Brahma, that very Brahman, Sarvabhuta Hriti, in all hearts of all being, Sthitam, staying. Swamiji, some 2-3 verses back, you said, Ishwaraha eva Sarvabhuta Hriti Sthitaha. Only Ishvara is staying in the all the heart. Now you're saying Atma eva. Who? Tell me which one? One and the same. Ishvaraha eva Paramatma. When he assumes the role of a creator, then is Ishvaraha. It is like, as I have given the example, an actor playing the role of a beggar on the stage is both the actor and the beggar at the same time. Correct or not? Are they two people? एक ही है. One is an actor, another is a beggar. Are they two? The actor himself is the beggar. Brahman itself is the Ishvara when it comes to creation. Dreamer himself is the waker. There are no two people there. Waker himself, when he has forgotten, becomes a dreamer. When he wakes up, he becomes a waker. Both of them simultaneously cannot exist. Waker and a dreamer at the same time, can it exist? Swamiji, I'm half awake, half dreaming. That's what you are writing right now. Half awake, half a dreaming. Not possible. So even in the Mundaka Upanishad, very interestingly, what this done is Dvasuparna Sayuja Sakaya. Two birds are said to be there in the same tree, looking equally the same, and one of them is eating all the fruits of the tree and getting miserable. Some are sweet, some are sour, some are bitter. Other one is just watching, not even touching it. So the one which is eating the fruit, which is very tasty, and it turns around to the other one, you are missing it, It's such a sweet taste you have. This one only smiles and watches him. After some time, another fruit. So bitter. Thank God you didn't eat. So the one who is watching is not at all participating in whatever the other fellow does. He's only watching. That is Ishvara. And the one who is suffering through all these things is Jiva. No, Swami, one more you have added there. Jiva, Ishvara, Brahma. How many of them are there? See, we have to understand that just like an actor be acting like a beggar, so do Brahman is himself is appearing to us as Atman here, and that very Atman itself is when he starts to identify with the role and forgets himself, Jiva. If the actor suddenly feels he's a beggar and becomes so engrossed in that very role of it, he forgets that he's an actor, then that's what we are. We have forgotten our Ishwaratva, much less we have understood our Brahmatva. So, therefore, we are presently suffering through the experiences of being a Jiva, and the teacher only has to tell you that you are not the Jiva, you are Ishvara, who is the controller of everything, but without playing any role, you are Brahman. And that very Brahman itself is Atman. In you, it is Atman. Outside, it is Brahman. In what way? So in each one of us, he is remaining as the self-consciousness, and the same one who is one supporting the entire universe. Therefore, Gudaha Bhavaha Asya. Guda Bhava means hidden nature. Guda means Guh. Guh means to hide. Gup also, Hindi mein Gup hota hai, right? So all the Guptas are, they're only hiding something always. No, I'm not joking. Guda, meaning hidden. That Guda in English became God. Guda Atma. Guda Bhavaha Asya Shastrasya. So that which is indicated by the Shastra as Guda. Guda means it is hidden. Why Bhagavan has to hide it from us? Is he afraid of us? Here, Guda means not available for easy comprehension, not that he is hiding. Gurudev used to say elaborately a story, that a person was traveling in a train. A very rich person was traveling in a train a long time back, not nowadays, a long time back. And he was carrying quite a bit of money with him, or jewelries also. In one bag, a small bag, pouch full of lot of jewelry and lot of currencies and all he was carrying. And so one of the thieves in that particular city came to know that this fellow is traveling with a lot of cash and jewelry. So he also got a first class ticket and then got into the train, the same compartment also, opposite each other. In the room, one room, and there are two beds. 2-night travel. So first in the evening, in the train started, the rich man was just sitting there, and then this fellow walked in that same room, same coupe, what is called. Hey, how are you? Who are you? And asked and exchanges pleasantries. And then, okay, late evening, the dinner came, they ate. And then the rich man was ready to go to sleep. So he said, let me go to the restroom and come. Then he went. And then before he went, he just counted all these coins and the jewelry in front of that fellow. He was watching with open eye. Then he closed it and then, would you like to go to the restroom first? Then I will take more time, the rich man said. Oh, yes, I will go and come. So he went. By the time he came back, and the rich man said, okay, let me go and come. So he went. So then this man was getting restless. No, I have to find out where he is keeping it. But quickly he came back. So he couldn't do anything. Night fell, train was going, and this thief, middle of the night, woke up. That fellow snoring away to success. So now this is the best time. He started to search, and opened everything. He didn't find that bag full of jewelry and currency. And everywhere he searched, nothing. So what is this? And he even went and slowly picked up the pillow of that fellow. Under the pillow, not there. Anyway, he was so tired, he went to sleep. Next morning, everything, the breakfast was brought. The rich man said, hey, would you like to go and use the restroom and come back so that I may take more time? So he said, okay. Then he went and came back. So the rich man went and came and opened the bag full of currencies. And where did he keep this? I was searching all over the place. How can it be not found? One more night is there. Definitely I'll find it out. And the whole day they were talking about various things, etc. And then late that evening, that night also same routine. Because following morning is the station. Chennai is going to come. They are traveling from Delhi to Chennai. Again searched all over the place, sweating and toiling. Could not be found. Mad and exhausted and wasted the money. One first class ticket also he bought. No, we cannot do anything. He was so unhappy. And they fell asleep. Next morning when he woke up, he stood in front of him. And the rich man smiled and said, so, you are disappointed? What disappointment? I know who you are. You came to take this money away from me. You searched all over. Yes, where did you keep it? I accept that I am a thief. Where did you keep it? Under your pillow. That is the only place you don't search. Everywhere you search, but you will not find it. Except in your own pillow, you didn't search. Because you thought that how can it be under my pillow? Whenever you went to the restroom, I put it there. That is why I asked you to go first. I hid it under your pillow. So you never search for that. So where is Paramatma? Guda. Hidden in you. Gudaha, bhavaha, asya, atmanaha. And this is spoken clearly in the Shastra. So this asya guda bhavasya atmanah shastrasya jnatavyah, to be known by whom? Mumukshubihi. By those who are desiring to be free, they should know that that very one they are searching is within them only. Kahan ढूंढ रहे हो? कबीर का वचन है ना, मैं मंदिर में नहीं हूँ, मस्जिद में नहीं हूँ, तुम्हारे पास भी हंसी हूँ. In your own heart, I am there. Where are you searching? Because we are not able to find it in ourselves, we are looking for it all the ways outside. Just like it is said that one old lady was searching for something under the street light, and this man passerby, he said, "What are you searching?" "No, I lost the key of my door, so I'm searching." Where did you lose it? "I think near the door." "Then why are you searching here?" "Because this is where the light is." You will never find it because you lost it somewhere. You're searching somewhere else. So too, we have lost it in ourselves. Within us, we have forgotten. We are looking for it everywhere else. So therefore, Shastra very clearly says, where it is, that is where you have to find it. Once you find that, the interesting thing that happens is, where am I searching for the whole life? Ascharyavat pashyati kaschitenam. When he comes to know, Ascharya hai. It is indeed a wonder, what I have wasted so much time. It is within me. And when he talks about it with a great wonder, others also listen with great wonder. Ascharyavat anya shunodi ascharyavat vadati tata evacha anyah. Ascharyavatcha enam anya shrunoti. Other person listens with wonder. This person talks with wonder. Shrutvapenam vetana chaiva kaschit. Even when people listen to it, nobody understands. That's why Bhagavan Krishna says, this is a Guda Jnanam. Guhyat Guhyatamam Jnanam. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Pavitram idam uttamam. Pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam. Susukam kartum avyayam. This is the royal secret. What is royal secret? When I tell you, you don't understand. That is called royal secret. The secret is a secret. If you don't understand, it remains a secret only. So this secret is there within us. It is not only secret, it is sacred. Most precious within you, Guda hai. Now, interesting thing is, there we see the world as different from the creator. Creation as creator as different. But Vedanta says there is no difference at all between the creation and the creator. As I said in the beginning, there is no distance between the pot and the mud. What is the distance between pot and the mud? What is the distance between the chain and the cord? What is the distance between the wood and the table? What, that much is the distance between you and Brahman, or the world and Brahman. Therefore, here it says, Idam Jagat, Idam Jagat. No, I'm losing the tune. Idam Jagat Vastu Dascha Brahma Binnam Nasidyati Tataiva Chatma Binnam Va Brahmatmaikya Prabodhanat. Vastutaha, reality, Jagat Brahma Binnam, Idam Jagat Brahma Binnam Na Siddhyati. The world is not at all away from Brahman. In what way you can prove this? An object that I see cannot be known unless I am conscious. This object, it is sitting here, cannot know that it is sitting on this. For the consciousness is not expressing through this object to know its own presence, and also it does not know the anything else. A jada vastu, which is absent of self-awareness, cannot know anything else. Correct? You're all sitting on a chair or the bench. Does the bench know that you're sitting? If that is the case, it would have a long time gone out. Don't sit on me. It is jadam because it is not expressing its self-awareness. Even though Paramatma is there in that also, but it is not able to recognize its own existence. Therefore, that which does not know its own existence cannot know existence of anything else. Whereas you and I, we are not only aware of our own existence, based upon that alone, we are able to recognize the existence of everything else. Therefore, to recognize the world, what is important? That self-awareness, Brahman. Therefore, idam jagat vastudascha brahma binnam na siddhyati. The world cannot be known unless there is awareness expressed through your mind. Why I am saying this particularly is because in the state of deep sleep, such an awareness is not there, self-awareness is not there expressing through the mind. Therefore, Jagat na asti. In the time of sleep, you are not aware of the world's existence because self-awareness is not expressing through the mind. Even though it is there, but it is not expressing there. Just like the world cannot be known without consciousness, so too tadaeva atma binnam na jagat siddhyati. In the same way, without the awareness here, there cannot be awareness of the world. The same awareness which is supporting the world is the same awareness which is supporting me. It is one and the same. Therefore, Brahma Atma Aikyatvam. Aikyatva Prabodhanat. Prabodhanat, by this understanding that Brahman, which is a support of the universe. See, when you say Brahman, this self here, I understand as me. And every one of you say me, right? So all of you put together saying the same thing. So when it comes to the totality, Brahman, there's a total awareness. Whereas the individual awareness is considered as the Atman. That is all the difference in terms of what you are referring to. Just like a space inside the pot is the same space outside the pot also. But we call it as a pot space. That is the outer space. But actually, there's no difference. So true. So too, Atman, which is aware of my own existence, is Brahman, which is making everyone aware of everyone's existence. The total awareness is referred as Brahman. The individual awareness is referred as Atman. But essentially, there is no difference at all. So, Brahma Atma Aikya Prabodhanat Atma Binnam Jagat na Siddhyati. So this is the conclusion of Advaita Vedanta. One should understand there is no difference at all. But what happens when we create the difference? That is why we live in fear. We live in fear because, see, interesting thing is, let me tell you how the fear works. I may not have much time, but let me explain. Please pardon me if I am directly coming to a point which you may not like, but anyway. Now, let us take the example of, just example. Huh? We know this there and she is sitting there. Huh? Or let us say you are sitting there, there is one more person sitting next to you. Don't worry about Vinod and Kuti there. One person, you are sitting there and another person is sitting there. Okay. Now, if the other person is dead, will you sit? Huh? Why? Why? Tell me. So, if you go to a mortuary, they're all human beings only. Do you go there? Why? Why? Why is that you are afraid? Are you afraid or not? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? It's the other person sitting there. Tell me, what are you afraid of? Think of it. You're sitting next to one who's not alive. Huh? Now I'll tell you. Are you sitting on something which is not alive? Are you or not? The table is alive or dead? Huh? It is alive or dead? Dead? Jadam? As much as it's the dead person only. Point is, you know that it was alive at some point of time. Then there is no life. Then you are afraid. If I'm not afraid of this, my God, this is Jadam. I'm afraid of this? No. But had it been a person who was alive, whom I know, and when the life is gone, am I able to sit with that person like this? Bharya vipyati tasmin kaye. Isn't it? Bhajagovindam. Yavat pavano nivasati tehe tavat pruchati kushalam gehe gatavati vayo deha paye bharya vipyati tasmin kaye. Why are you afraid? The fear is caused by dvitiya. The matter which is not you. The matter is not afraid. You are not afraid of the matter so long as it is in touch with consciousness. The same physical body, which you are living with all the time. When the moment that life is gone, you cannot stand it. Why are we in love with this now? Alive. Why? Touch with consciousness. When you meet another person, he's expressing his life because he's in touch with consciousness. Therefore, you are not afraid. But the moment of the fear, the life is gone. That very same thing to become cause of fear. Dvitiyat bhayam bhavati. The otherness causes fear. Your own physical body, a portion of your body is cancerous. What do you do first thing? Cut it out. Why? Because it is no more in touch with life. It is taking the life and becoming dangerous to you. Correct or not? So it is said that in Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad very clearly says that anything that is other than you, when you know it is not you, potentially will cause fear. Potentially it will cause fear. So here it is said, Aham Brahmeti Vijnanat. I am Brahman. If this knowledge is there, Kadam me Jagat Bhayam, Jagataha Bhayam. Jagataha Bhayam Kadam. How do I have fear of the world? Because the world is nothing but my own extension. It is as much as alive as me because it is none other than Brahman. The moment you think it is not Brahman, Dvitiyat bhayam hi bhayam bhuyat. The fear is caused by the otherness. The fear is caused by the inertness. The fear is caused by absence of life. The fear is caused by the danger of the possible danger that can be because of the other. Dvitiyat bhayam bhuyat. Sarva Vedanta bodhitam. This is the correct understanding. See, why are we afraid of death? You tell me. Tell me, why are we afraid of death? Do you know what it is? Have you experienced it? Have you experienced death? You don't know what it is, but why are you afraid of that? Because I don't know, that's why I'm afraid of it. Huh? See, if you don't know a person, are you afraid of that person? Are you? Say yes or no, then only I will know that you're listening. If I don't know somebody, am I afraid of that person? No. But I don't know death. Am I afraid of that? Why? Yes. Why? Because it's not happening to someone, it is happening to me. It's so closely connected to me. Now, the fear is not because of death. Fear is because of what happens after death. If you understand death is letting go of the body and the mind, etc., you are doing it every day. Every night, don't you do that? Unceremoniously, are you not rejecting your body, mind, senses? Much more, you are rejecting the entire world also. Every night you do it. Are you afraid? Why? You know why? Because I know that I'm coming back. If you are told this is the last night of yours, if after that you are not coming back, then you will be wide awake, not to make sure that you are not going to sleep. You're so sure that you're going to come back. That's why you're not afraid. But with death is what? No coming back to the same body. Oh my God. Where am I going to go then? Where is the place where I will go after this? So the fear is about the unknown, about your own condition. Secondly, leaving the known. I have to leave my dog. Wife is okay. Husband is okay. Car is okay. House is okay. My dog, without me, what will I do? A dog or cat, whatever it is. So attachment. The source of joy that you have with the people or things, I will not have it anymore. The fear is therefore twofold. Fear of the unknown about yourself, what will happen to you, and fear of losing what you know. So both the known and the unknown cause fear. It is because both of them you think are different from you. Once you know that you, even as you leave the body, you won't be lost. You will be there. And while living itself, I know that the other one is only physically other, but really Atman only. Physically, she or he appears as other than me, but essentially, it is the same Paramatma which is functioning in me, is functioning in the other person. Then there is no attachment. There is only love. There is no more attachment there. To such a person who is evolved, he doesn't get attached to anyone. He will only love equally everybody. Whether it is a dog or a cat or a husband or a wife, it'll be very interesting to say, I love the dog as much as I love the wife. And it may not be very well tolerable by others, but samam pashyani sarvatra. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Sunicheva Shvapakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. For them, dog or the cat or the human, everybody is the same because they see the same thing in everyone. So therefore, one who sees the same thing in everyone cannot get attached. So it's simply put, do you love your left hand or right hand? I am same, right? Both are in me only. Then how do I say I like the left hand than the right hand or whatever? There is no discrimination here because both are me. I like the left eye than the right eye. Yeah. How can that be? In the same way, one who sees himself in all cannot feel disparity. Therefore, such a person who has developed love cannot be afraid of leaving because wherever I go, the same being only, same Paramatma only, whether you are in this body or any other body. So such a person alone, neither he will have fear about losing the known, nor he will have fear about the unknown. That is the Vedanta Bodhanam. Dvitiyat Bhayam Bhavati. When you don't think like this, the other is alone. See, other alone can cause attachment to us. The other alone can cause hatred to us. The other alone can cause bondage to us. The other alone cause fear to us. When the otherness is not there, then where is the question of? Tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Upanishad says when a person has understood the oneness, where is the moha? Where is the shoka? This is the Vedanta Bodhanam. Vedante Koshitam. It is declared by the Vedanta. That's the reason why such a man of correct knowledge, what does he experience? Others cannot even understand that. What does he experience? Anandam Brahmano Vidvan Nabibeti Kutaschana Brahma Vichapi Bhavati Brahmeva Nahi Samshayah. Such a person who has equal love for everyone, for he has discovered oneness, he cannot but be of the very embodiment of Anand. Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. Brahmanaha Vidwan Ananda. Meaning, he who the knower of bliss of Brahman, such a person, Anandam Brahma Idi Vidwan, Na Bibeti, never is afraid. Kutaschana, whatever be the cause, he is not afraid. He is not afraid to meet anyone or interact with anyone or do anything or go anywhere. Such a person lives in absolute bliss, for there is nothing other than me exists. Are you afraid of looking at your own form in the mirror? Of course, yes, Swamiji. If I don't put the makeup. One lady got up in the morning and then, opened their Apple phone, no? It didn't. Because the face recognition was done with the makeup. My phone is not working. Put the makeup and look at it. No, it will work. Suddenly, if you see yourself without the makeup, who is that? You're not afraid of your own form. When I see myself in others, then how can I be unhappy? Such a person, Anandam Brahma Idi Vidwan, one who knows na bibedi kutaschana, from nothing he will be afraid. Then such a person who is a Brahmavit, one who is the knower of Brahman, he does not become anything other than Brahman itself. Brahmavit, Brahmaiva Bhavati. Idina Samshaya. Why it is so? It is like this. See, if a person says, I am a doctor of medicine, what is it's called? MD is what? Doctor of medicine, right? When I become doctor of medicine, I don't become medicine. Thank God. Can you become a doctor of medicine? You become medicine. When you become a bachelor of law, you become law. But here, when you know Brahman, you are Brahman. Because this knowledge is not different from who you are. Unlike any other knowledge which is only buddhi janitam or intellect born, therefore that knowledge and you, there is a dichotomy. I use not that knowledge. See, if you are a doctor all right. You are a person who knows the medicine, and whenever there is a requirement of your services, you do it. But you are not the medicine. This is an subjective knowledge. Objective knowledge. But one who recognizes the nature of Brahman as himself, he cannot differentiate himself between Brahmatvam and himself. Therefore, Brahmavit, Brahmanam Veti, one who knows Brahman, he himself is Brahman. He is not different from that knowledge. Such a person alone can live without any kind of burden of knowledge. Unlike the professors and others who carry the knowledge of the Brahman, but they only carry it for teaching others. It doesn't apply to them. It is like this. I often give this example. Let us say somebody is going for a hike because the wife said, go take a hike. So, okay, he's going for a hike. You know what I mean when I take a hike? So he goes for a hike. Now he is going for a long hike and he has to reach the top of the mountain, maybe it takes 2-3 hours, and then he goes there and then spends a day and then comes back in the evening, let us say. So he's carrying the bottle of water, some sandwiches and this and that on his backpack. And so as you start going up, you will feel the burden of that what you're carrying. When you are in the ground, you may not realize. Because as you move away from the center of gravity, we experience when you Kailash you go, you realize that, when you're going up in the 18,000 feet, etc., even carrying a bottle will be heavy. That's why we have Sherpas. You carry. I'm walking. But if you are carrying on your backpack, as you go up and up, there will be heaviness. So halfway through or almost at the top, or let's say one more hour to go before you reach the top. So you're tired. So you sit under a tree, open the packet. And then you complete the entire food that you brought, breakfast, is a sandwich or that. And then drink the water also. And everything is disposable. You dispose everything there. Then, now, walk. No burden at all. Why? Because you are not carrying it anymore. It has become you. Correct? In the same way, so long as you carry the knowledge, it's a burden. When you become one with that, there is no more burden there. Such a person becomes Ananda Swarupa. That's why Brahmavit, Brahmaiva Bhavati. He's not just a person who knows Brahman, he is Brahman. That's what when we see Mahatmas, we see them in full joy all the time, unnecessarily happy. You cannot ask him, why are you happy? What else I can be? What else I can be? This is my nature. We need reason to be happy. If somebody is smiling, what happened? We need to give reason for being happy. What, you had some lottery or what? You got some promotion? Or your wife went to mother's house? What? Why are you happy? Sayar Brahmavichapit Bhavati Brahmaiva Nahi Samshayaha. There is no doubt in that. So that is why this knowledge is complete, because it doesn't need anything else. Because after all, what we want in our life, happiness, right? And this is what it provides. Why do you need to go anywhere else? That's why earlier also said, when Shruti can give you this knowledge, kim anyat prayojana, kim anyena prayojana, what else is the use for anything else? Unfortunately, well, studying Vedanta, people say, it's such a burdensome, Swamiji. Why? Because it tells you the truth. When somebody tells you the truth, you don't accept it, then you become bitter. But Vedanta not only tells you the truth, but also take you to the ultimate joy. Evam Vedanta Jnanasya Nityam Abhyasa Yogataha Shreya Paramavapnoti Sarvabhavena Sadakaha. Evam, in this way, Vedanta Jnanasya Abhyasa Yogataha, by of this knowledge, when it is practiced, when Nityam, not once in a while. Swamiji, when you go after this 1 week of lecture, until you come back next week, I don't know how to practice this. Once Gurudev was giving a lecture on chapter 6, and in the chapter 6, there is given how to meditate. In that, there is the description very clearly is given is, you put a grass, kusha grass, and above that you put a skin of a deer. On the top of that, you put a cloth, and then you sit. And that is given in the 6th chapter about how to sit on an asana. So Gurudev was explaining this kusha grass, and that they put a skin of the deer, and then on the top of this, a cloth. Chaila ajana kushottaram. Chaila ajina kusha uttaram. That way. So it's in the reverse order. Ajina, this is kusha is at the bottom. Ajina means the skin, the middle, and then chaila, which is a cloth. This is how you sit in a meditation. So next year when he came, so 7th chapter. So all of you have listened to my 6th chapter, so are all practicing. One person got up. No, sir. No, Swami, you could do it. Why? First of all, where is kusha grass? Even if I get a kusha grass, there is no skin available. So you don't take it literally. In those times, they were living in the forest. Therefore, the earth was uneven. Remove the unevenness of the earth, they put the grass so that the unevenness is removed, and you cannot sit directly on the grass because it will prick you. Therefore, you put the skin, soft skin of this deer, and then if you sit on the skin, it will start sweating. So therefore, you put a cloth. This is how it is. That doesn't mean I cannot meditate unless I have a kusha grass. So this abhyasa does not mean I need some external thing to do it. Nothing external required here. Nitya abhyasa yoga. For this knowledge, you do not need any karma to be done, no ritual to be done. It is after reflection in your mind, listening to the right knowledge and think about it. That is all the abhyasa. It is not that you have to do. So, Swamiji, when is the best time to do Vedanta abhyasa? Early morning? After bath or before bath? Are you thinking karne mein, what is the need for you taking bath or not bath? विचार करने के लिए कोई और वस्तु नहीं चाहिए. Our understanding is what? Our misunderstanding is what? रागु काल में नहीं करना चाहिए भाई. One person went to one of our swamis and said, I want to chant, Rudram. When is the best time to chant? He said, do it right away. Whenever the thought comes, you do it. Why do you say, but so many people say you should not do it this time at that time? When it comes to a negative thought, will you wait? I'm angry. Wait. 9 o'clock. It's not the correct time to get angry at you. I'm waiting for Emaganta. So then only I will. If you really wait, it will go away. If you wait for an anger, if you have an angry and wait for 10 minutes, it will not stay there. It is called momentary madness. It will not stay too long. When it comes to doing something negative, you don't look for time. When it comes to doing positive, thinking like Bhagavan, thinking about one, why are you waiting for a time? So, nityam abhyasa yogata. The reflection should go on continuously in your mind. Avichara kruto bantaha vicharena nivartate. That bondage created out of lack of thinking can go only when you start thinking correctly. So, evam Vedanta jnanasya, you have to add vicharasya, nitya abhyasa yogatah, meaning yogat, out of the practice of the constant knowledge, Shreya param avapnoti. One reaches the highest prosperity, highest goal of life, highest purushartha, moksha. Sarvabhavena sadhakaha abhyasa yogataha. By all means, a sadhakaha, a practitioner will reach the highest goal. There is no doubt about this. Bhagavan, Krishna himself said, then we also doubt. What we lack is this Shraddha. Shraddhavaneva labate jnanam. Ashraddhadhana purushaha samsasyasya. And because a person who does not have the Shraddha, he will not reach anywhere. Naja siddhim avapnoti. He will not achieve anything in life. Samshayatma vinashyati. A man of doubt perishes. So one who has thus gained the knowledge from the right source must practice it. And the important practice is Shravanam Mananam, Shravanam Mananam, Shravanam Mananam. Listening and reflection, listening and reflection, listening and reflection. And that itself will lead to dhyana. Everything else is a supporting only. You japa karo or puja karo or go to pilgrimage, anywhere you do. All these are all preparing your mind so that when you listen, you catch it. Anything else you do is just to make the mind available. Swamiji, I'm doing 108 names of Bhagavan. Something will happen? Nothing will happen. If your mind is not tuned to what you're doing. You just no, over, done. We just wanted to complete 108 names. That doesn't work. Even 2 times or 3 times you chant the name of the Lord with the mind totally involved only in that. You know the method of quietening the mind. And with that quiet mind, when you start listening, the knowledge will take place. No doubt. Our problem is our mind is somewhere else, even while listening. Then such a mind, even when it is told by the best of the teacher, nahi milta hai. So Vedanta Abhyasa is what? Shravanam, Tadanantaram Mananam, then Nididhyasanam. This is what needs to be done. Everything else is Sahakarika Sadhanani. Others are all only supporting ones. So finally, remember that in the beginning, Bhagavan, here the teaching began with Sri Ramaya Namastubhyam. Remember that? Then Sri Ramaya Namastubhyam. Then Kripaya Tavashakyate. And then Sukhena Sukena abhyasitum labdam jnanam dainika jivane. Dainika jivane labdam jnanam abhyasitum shakyah. Ramachandra kripat. Sri Ramaya namastubhyam kripaya tava shakyate. Sukena abhyasitam jnanam labdam jnanam dainika jivane. So when he has already invoked Sri Rama's grace in the beginning, at the end he has to thank Sri Rama. So therefore, Sri Ramachandrasya kripa prasadat Vedanta Chintana Parakritirya Samarpayetam Padaravindayo Bhuyat Prasanna Sri Rama Guruscha Sri Ramo Guruhu Cha Ramachandrasya Kripa Prasada, by the grace of the Lord Sri Rama, by the prasada of Kripa Prasada of Sri Rama, Ya Parakriti, that which is the composition which I have done, these 27 slow verses, Parakriti Ya Vedanta Chintana Parakriti. This composition is what? Vedanta Chintana Parakriti. Composition on the Vedanta Chintanam. That's a topic, no, the topic of the book, title of the book. Tam Samarpaye. I submit that. What? This Parakritim Samarpaye. I submit this very composition to whom or to where? Padaravindayoho. Sri Ramo Guruscha Padaravindayoho. By I am offering to the lotus feet of Sri Rama and the Guru, Prasannaha Bhuyat. May both of them be Prasannaha. May they be pleased. So I have composed this on Vedanta Chintanam by the grace of Sri Rama. May this composition, which is offered at the lotus feet of them, make them be pleased. So anything that we do, we seek the Lord's blessing and Lord's happiness. That is most important. If Bhagavan is not happy, even the rest of the whole world is happy, it is incomplete. If Bhagavan is happy, rest of the people are not happy, it doesn't matter. Is it not? If Bhagavan is happy, then why it's a problem? One person asked me today, Swamiji, my devotion is not very deep. What do I do? I said, let the Bhagavan know that, not me or you, anybody else. Let the Bhagavan say that is not deep. Then you worry about it. So let the Lord be happy with what I do. And even if the world is unhappy about it, it doesn't matter to me. But if the whole world is happy, but Bhagavan is not pleased, then it is of no use. So Sri Ramachandraya Samarpaye. I salute to him and offer to him. So that is how this very text, beautiful text, is complete. So therefore we go to the first verse again, making sure that we read again and again. Sri Ramaya namastubhyam kripaya tava shakyate sukena bhyasitum labdam jnanam jainika jivane. By the Lord's grace alone, we will be able to practice. See, as we even listen this 1 week or so, but the thought when you're sitting quietly by yourself, these thoughts should arise in your mind. Not only while studying or listening, but when you are not doing that also, the mind should be able to bring out to think. These thoughts should be there. Otherwise, there is a disconnect between the book and you. That disconnect should not happen. So you keep churning on this again and again and again and again and again. That is called abhyasa here. It's not time bound. When you are with yourself, may the mind dwell upon the Vedanta Chintanam. Our problem is no Chintanam, Chinta, worry. The difference between Chinta and Chintanam is this. Chinta is worry, Chintanam is thinking. And the last thing that we do is Chintanam. And the thing that we are very familiar is Chinta. I am worried about my daughter. I am worried about my dog. Constantly there is worry. There is nothing in this world that you leave aside. Always worried. When your mind is elevated towards by the Vedanta Chintanam, you will come to realize that all your worries are ungrounded. No ground on that also. Not needed. Our thinking has to change. And that is most important. So, completed this. And thank you all for the patient listening and going through this journey of learning. That is very joyful, happy journey. And when you're doing sadhana, don't drag yourself. You'll be happily doing the sadhana. Anything, whether it's japa or mantra japa or puja or any upasana or study, it should be done with great joy. And then only you will derive maximum out of it. All right. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. You all know that this knowledge is not limited to only solitude or only for the sake of living in isolation and practicing it. This can be practiced anywhere you are, whichever profession you take. Vedanta Jnanam and Karma don't clash with each other. In fact, it enhances your work. It enhances your relationship in the world. So that is the reason with which our Swami Puja Gurudev has said, university education should include Vedanta Jnana. Without that, it is incomplete. So our Chinmaya University is accomplishing that. They are being taught not only the usual professional courses, MCOM, BCom, BA, MBA, or not MBA, BA, and then BE now. It is introduced this year, engineering on artificial intelligence, machine learning, software, everything is there. And that very knowledge which is imparted in our Chinmaya University includes the Vedantic teachings also. How our great masters have thought about on various subjects, metallurgy, cosmology, psychology, psychiatry, engineering, construction, civil, architecture, Ayurveda, yoga, physiotherapy, all aspects are of Indian origin. So to bring about that is the Chinmaya Vishwavidyapit University. So we'll see a small clip of what it is. A sound also. Sound is not there. Put the sound, no? Otherwise it will not. Nahi hai. Begin from the, I think the sound is, now look at the source of the sound. That you have to connect. No. Reduce the volume, no? Otherwise it will make big sound.
Hariom. Okay.
You have to sync it, okay? Go to the source beginning.
Okay. Ready?
Ready. 1, 2, 3, go. There also it doesn't come. Okay. So that is the complex that is coming up in Kerala, very close to our Chinmaya International Foundation. It is in Cochin, near Cochin. So if you are going to India, please go and visit this beautiful complex that is coming up. It's expected to be ready by next summer completely, first phase. And where all the students will be housed, meaning their hostels are created, faculties have their own housing, library, halls, classrooms, and then all the laboratories, and all of them are. So this is a big project, which is a very proud project of Chinmaya Mission, because our schools have been doing so well. 80 schools we have all over India, and one school outside in Trinidad. They're all doing so well everywhere. And so too, our university is expected to reach a higher standard. So it's only 4 or 5 years since it started. It'll take its own time, but initial push is very important. And that's why it is expected that Chinmaya Mission members will support this project. And so your generous donation towards that will be welcome. And please think about when you are having a charity to be given at the end of the year, think about giving to education. That's the greatest, contribution is to give for education. So thank you so much. So, Hari Om. And yeah, you can offer your Guru Dakshina. I can.
Does everyone have an envelope?
In the meanwhile, my thanks to all of the Bhiksha hosts, as well as especially Amma for inviting me to be here with her for the whole week. Gina and Dev for their beautiful cooperation and participation and organizing things here, especially this Ganesh Puja. Can you give me that? And also to Vinod for making sure that my stay here is comfortable. Give me that. Thank you, Vinod, for doing that. And our Vice President, for all the whole board members for doing that. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for taking valuable time and spending this week with us and taking up the text Living Vedanta by our Guruji, Swami Tejobayananda. Now, if you would like, please form a line to the left of Swamiji to offer your dakshina, and Swamiji will offer prasad. Thank you. Thank you. You like please come forward.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna